and players that work hard to be the best. When you combine talent and hard work, you've got a champion. That's Daspit Law Firm and their team of attorneys here in Arkansas. They won't be outworked, and that's to the benefit of their clients that have suffered injuries in an accident. If you've been in an accident and want some free advice, call Daspit Law Firm at 501-500-HURT. That's 501-500-HURT, or visit DaspitLaw.com.
Call the Hogs in 2025. You can renew your football season tickets today and be there for marquee matchups inside Razorback Stadium. This year, the Hogs face off against Texas A&M, Auburn, and for the very first time, a matchup with the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. You can renew your tickets through the March 31st deadline. For more information about Razorback football tickets, just visit ArkansasRazorbacks.com.
We're back after a word for your local station. This is Razorback basketball from Learfield.
Companies are shifting their telephone systems to the cloud, and you should too. ESI eCloud PBX has everything you need. Features like work from anywhere, video calls, and advanced security tools make ESI eCloud PBX one of the best choices for any business. Opt out of the high cost of your traditional phone system and move to the cloud. Sign up for an online demo at nsgdv.com and get your system activated at no charge.
Network Services Group. One call does it all.
Bale Chevrolet has proudly been serving Arkansas since 1912, and as we head into our 113th year, we're excited to keep that legacy going strong. That's right, over 110 years of unmatched dedication to our customers and their families. You can always count on us for great selection and our best prices. Right now, we're loaded with great new and pre-owned inventory.
Our commitment is to you every day. Shop Bale Chevrolet and BaleChevrolet.com today. Together, let's drive.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Arkansas. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the express written consent of the University of Arkansas and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the University of Arkansas. Welcome back to the Sonic Postgame Show. Sonic has been a proud sponsor of Razorback Athletics for over 25 years. Live free. Eat Sonic.
Zach DeMozar here with you inside Learfield Network Studios. Sonic Postgame Show presented by Sonic. To the Junior Deluxe Cheeseburger, French Toast Sticks, small floats, and more for only $1.99 each. Live free. Eat Sonic. Hogs fall 67-60. A tough one to lose. No field goals in the last 3 minutes plus. And just so close to upsetting the number one team in the nation on their home floor. This team is close, and they have plenty of opportunities down the stretch to make that a reality. Quick recap of the box score. It was a double-double for Broom, 16 points, 13 rebounds, 2 other Tigers in double figures. Chad Baker-Mazzara at 15 and Cheney Johnson at 14. At one point, Cheney Johnson was all Auburn's offense. For about a 6-minute span, Cheney Johnson had 10 consecutive points for Auburn. He was the only one scoring points and keeping them in it as the Hogs were trying to push and eventually did get the lead late in the game. Again, 3:06 to go, but that would be the Hogs' last field goal. 4 in double figures for Arkansas, 16 for Adu Thiero, 14 for Nelly Davis, 11 for Knox, 11 for Wagner, 8 points Billy Richmond off the bench. Avicic had a tough night, 0 of 9 from 3. Did pick up 8 rebounds, though. Adu and Brazil also played about 9 minutes each and did not score, did not even take a shot either. That's your look at the box score. To recap, SEC Notebook presented by Daspit Law Firm, the official injury lawyer of Razorback Athletics. 3 SEC games today. Auburn 67-60 over Arkansas. 17th-ranked Kentucky beat Vanderbilt 82-61. And next up for the Hogs is Missouri, 15th ranked, and they just picked up their 20th win of the season after they upset number 4 Alabama at home. 110-98 was the final in this one. 59 first-half points for the Tigers, and then 51 in the second half to follow it up. At 59 points, according to SportsCenter, followed after our game here, the most against a top 5 team in the last 25 years. And Missouri followed up with another strong performance, 31 points for Mark Mitchell. And then 25 points off the bench for Caleb Grill, who had a triple-double. Caleb Grill, triple-double, 25 points, 10 rebounds, 11 assists off the bench. I don't know how many times you hear about a triple-double off the bench. There were 3 other Tigers in double figures, but the game's leading scorer was Mark Sears, who had 35 points for the Crimson Tide in a loss. Top 25 scoreboard, there was only one game outside the SEC involving a top 25 team. It was 10th-ranked St. John's beating DePaul on the road 82-58. So next up for the Hogs, as we said, it is Missouri, and then it's Texas during the midweek. So that is a very good slate of 2 games coming up at Bud Walton Arena. Saturday against Mizzou will be a 7 o'clock tip-off. That means a 6:30 courtside show presented by Visit Hot Springs and Oaklawn Hot Springs. If you're not making out to the Bud, you will hear it along many of these same stations. As well, you will hear live with Coach Cal. Obviously had to cancel the show this week to get the team out to Auburn early in advance of the snow. If there is a makeup show to get to the 12 shows, it will be provided through the Razorback social media channels. But coming up next, it is Saturday, 7 o'clock tip-off at the Bud against number 15 Missouri, who just came off a huge win against number 4 Alabama, and it is a 6:30 Razorback courtside show. That'll do it for us. For Chuck Barrett and Matt Zimmerman out in Auburn, I am Zach DeBozark here in Learfield Network Studios. Go Hogs, and enjoy what is left of the Wednesday, Arkansas. One more time, your final score: Auburn 67, Arkansas 60. So close to the number 1 upset here on the Razorback Sports Network from Learfield.
On the Razorback Sports Network from Learfield, you've been listening to the Sonic Postgame Show. Sonic has proudly sponsored Razorback athletics for over 25 years. Live free. Eat Sonic. University of Arkansas basketball has also been sponsored by your Arkansas Ford dealers. Test drive the Ford F-150, official truck of the Razorbacks, at a dealer near you. First Security Bank. It's banking with people you know and people you know you can count on. First Security. Bank better. Coca-Cola, proud to be the official soft drink sponsor of the Razorbacks. Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield, trusted by Arkansans for more than 75 years for reliable, affordable health insurance. Take good care, Arkansas, by UAMS Health, the official orthopedics and sports medicine provider for the Razorbacks. Visit Hot Springs. Time for a road trip to Hot Springs, Arkansas. Learn more at hotsprings.org. By Shelter Insurance. For award-winning service, find an agent near you at shelterinsurance.com. West Rock Coffee. Produced right here in Arkansas, West Rock is proud to be the official coffee sponsor of the Razorbacks. By Oaklawn Hot Springs, Arkansas's only casino resort. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Please drink responsibly. By Summit Utilities, delivering natural gas to Razorback fans all across Arkansas. Arkansas Heart Hospital, dedicated to your heart. Ballpark, proud to be the official hot dog of the Razorbacks. By Zips Car Wash, proud sponsor of the Arkansas Razorbacks. Harps, quality foods, hometown fresh. It's that simple at Harps. The Arkansas Department of Health. Quit tobacco. We can help. By SeatGeek, the official ticket marketplace of Razorback Athletics. Edward Jones. Find a financial advisor near you at edwardjones.com. By Roller Funeral Homes. For 3 generations, the Razorback Nation is trusted
And there it is. Facebook, YouTube, X, and Twitch. Also, once again, 501-661-1037. So, big takeaway here is learning to win is a skill, and it's not a skill this team has figured out fully. And look, a lot of teams haven't. You know, it's hard to win in this conference, in this league. Everybody says it about every league every year. But this league especially, it's hard to win, and this team is still, like, they're getting better. You can see it in this game. They're just not making all the plays necessary. And they're putting a lot of pressure on a very select few games. Right? They got a few games left. The rest of the way, the hardest game left, I would say, is Missouri, and that game's at home. Mississippi State, a home game as well. Texas, a home game as well. All those, though, you want to rack up as wins. But going into the day, Arkansas was on the right side of the bubble. They were, according to Jerry Palm and Joe Lunardi, they were not the last team in. They were like 3 teams up. This game was available for them to steal. And I would say the older guys kind of let them down. Now, a huge part of that was the way Auburn played. Love the way the Auburn Tigers played. This was not a good shooting night for them. John Calipari was out of the game for a lot of the time there in the second half. They sat him with foul trouble and whatnot. But defensively, they were kind of a menace tonight. And I think that's why Auburn's so good, is because they can score from the outside, they can pound you inside, and they can defend. And that's what makes them a nightmare for most teams. And that's why this run they've been on, I mean, Auburn is approaching like historic territory. It's why they lost, a couple weeks ago, whenever it was last week and a half, to Florida at home, and they didn't get removed from number 1 because they've been so good this year. And so they maintained that spot, and they showed you why tonight, because this was a grinded out effort from them. So give Bruce Pearl and his team some flowers. Arkansas fans out there, I know you don't love the result, and it's back-to-back games. You don't love the result. Arkansas's in these games, they're not grabbing them. But I will say, I think Coach Cal's tact after the game was the right one. He struck the right chord the last 2 games following it. Last game, he was trying to motivate his guys because he knew they were close against A&M. They had another game on the road tonight, and he wanted to motivate them to play well. They came out and they played hard. It's the one thing about this team that you cannot knock. They always, always, always play hard. So they played hard tonight, just didn't get the job done, but they've been on the road against two Bears the last couple games. You go home next game, I expect a war, an absolute war on Saturday night when they play Missouri, because Missouri beats, let's see the final score of this game. I actually didn't, I pulled it off so I could watch the end of Arkansas. Missouri ends up being Alabama tonight. So Missouri is going to end up, 110-98 final score there. Man, Missouri's a great team, but you know what? That's a great opportunity. If Arkansas wins that, they maintain their spot on the right side of the bubble. And I would continue, but this is his post-game show. It's Toby from Little Rock. Toby, what do you got? Let's see. We threw Toby off. Let's see if we can get him back. It's his man. It's our guy, Toby. Green button Will. We got Will Armstrong tonight. On the 1s and 2s hanging there for us. Also, if y'all heard the buzz today, I've been on for this is my 8th hour of radio, so we're a little bit tired at this point of the night. But I mean, this has been a team that always plays hard. Can't knock that effort. And I love the way that they did not rebound well tonight, but they kept fighting. And Nelly had a bad offensive night, but at the end of the night, he's fighting every single second that he can. So I really do appreciate it. We got Toby now. Okay. Toby, my guy. How'd you feel? Did you feel good? I felt okay about I know it's another loss. I know it's not a tight loss, but you got to feel okay about that.
You know what? I mean, being on the road, Josh, I'm playing against the number 1 team in the nation, somebody who whipped up on Alabama away at Alabama the way that they did. For the team to play as hard as they did tonight, honestly, you got to feel good about the effort, and you got to see that they're improving. But a couple of things, of course, honestly, this was a game that we really, as you said, we really could have stolen. It was there because, to begin with, Auburn, to be honest, I mean, it was not their best night in terms of them playing. And They just come off of a giant emotional game. And I mean, they were right for an upset. And, I mean, they played like it. But we just did not take advantage of the big moments. And I'm to the point where I almost shriek when he puts Brazil in the game. And I'd like for somebody, and I don't know if you ever researched it, and I know one of Cal's tactics is to always drive it to the basket. But, too many times I think we lose the ball when we're trying to drive it to the basket instead of pulling up and shooting the ball. But we got 3 men. We got a 6'10", a 6'11", and a 7'1" feet guy. And we can't even get any baskets at all. Come on now. What do you think?
Yeah, well, I agree with you. So it was tough to see. Thank you, Toby, as always. It was tough to see how bad they were inside. But that's kind of that's Auburn, man. That's how good this Auburn team's been on the interior. And Broome was strong when he played. It felt like he was an impactful player when in the game. It's funny because I'm watching this Missouri team right now on my TV on ESPN, and they all have the finger up to the mouth, quieting the haters. I feel like Arkansas might be the Missouri win away from that. They're right there. They are right there on the precipice of it, and they cannot seem to get all the way there. And Z had a tough night tonight. I thought Adu's effort was good. He was fouling, but he was in there fighting. Brazil is going through right now what I feel like Adu went through and still is going through for most of the year. Just that tough, where he doesn't know his role. It's hard when you're that tall, but he's not. I don't say tough enough, but he's not physical enough to be inside. So he's going through a lot of what I thought Jonas Adu went through and was going through and still is going through. So I think that those two big guys, because they're so guard oriented, so they have a tough time orienting, I guess you could say, those big guys. Z had to find his own way. And I think it's almost up to those bigs, Adu and Brazil, to find their own way into games. And there's a few numbers here tonight that really tell a story. So shooting-wise, Arkansas was better. Both teams made 25 shots. Auburn was 4 of 24 from 3. Arkansas was 3 of 19. Yuck. That's just not a fun game to watch. And then also free throw-wise, 13 of 17 for Auburn. And the other way around, it was 7 of 14 for Arkansas. Arkansas was not good enough at the line. They didn't make enough of their threes, and a lot of that's on Z. And those small things cost them also the rebounding. My dad will send me occasional texts, but he's really good at the one text that kind of explains the entire game. He said, "Gotta rebound." That's all he said. Gotta rebound. And he's right, because they got killed in the glass. This was almost early season Arkansas on the offensive boards. They only lost by 4, but the second chance points, especially early on, was bad, and it ended up being 16-3. So Arkansas not finishing those defensive possessions that looked so good was a huge issue for them. And I think it kind of played itself out. I think you saw it happen in the game. So I would say that Arkansas is right there. But I was texting our group chat. I always say our Morning Mayhem group chat, and Justin Moore is a really good reference point for this stuff. And I said to him, I said, guys, they're one player away almost. Might be Boogie Fland in a not a reserve role, but you kind of add him in the perimeter. It makes it a little bit more dangerous. 3-point shooting gets a little bit better if they can get him back, assimilate him in. So I hope they get a lot of this team back, because it feels like they've got the right guys. I think. Early season, yeah, it was the wrong chemistry mix, but not in the way it was last year. Last year, they could not protect the rim at all. Z picked up his tech tonight because he defended the guy from the perimeter all the way into the post and blocked his shot out of bounds and then talked. I'm fine with that, man. That's more interior toughness than they had in the past. So they've got all these elements, but they just have to put them all together. And here's the nice thing, guys, about the SEC. You have a chance to do it. With this conference, number of quality teams left. I mean, Kentucky, for some reason, was a 5-point favorite at home tonight against Vanderbilt. Well, it's because Mark Byington seems pretty good. So they have a chance, real opportunity to be right there. they're still around the bubble. If you beat Missouri on Saturday night, your tournament team. All right, a lot more to get to here in the Arkansas Basketball Postgame Show on 103.7 The Buzz. We'll have more coming up. 67-60. Auburn takes down the Razorbacks. Searching for not answers. We're not searching for answers anymore. Just those final closing answers Arkansas needs to find.
Here, and at Chris Crane Hyundai, we've got a huge selection of pre-loved vehicles like never before. Late models loaded with new technology? Check. Payments to fit any budget? Check. Silverados, Civics, Broncos, and more. Check, check, check. Banks that love to say yes? You know it.
Our pre-loved inventory has never been better than now. Come visit your friends at Chris Crane Hyundai on Museum Road in Conway and online at chriscranehyundai.com.
We all know how busy our lives can be these days and how important our time and convenience is as well. Edwards Food Giant knows that too. So that's why they're inviting you to take advantage of their Heat and Eat Meal Solutions items in their deli department. Delicious Edwards Food Giant signature dishes, along with a wide choice of entrees and sides, all ready for you to pick up and take home to serve your family tonight. The Heat and Eat Meal Solution is now at your favorite Central Arkansas Edwards Food Giant deli. This week's special is meatloaf for only $7.49 per pound with roasted red skin potatoes and peppers for $4.99 per pound.
The Forest River RV Open House is coming to Forest River Little Rock. Join us February 21st to the 23rd to shop special open house pricing on Arkansas's best selection of new and used Forest River RVs. While you're there, take a look at new 2025 RV models. Plus, there will be on-site activities and a chance to win a new RV as part of the Ultimate RV Giveaway. Learn more at ForestRiverLittleRock.com/open house or visit Forest River Little Rock today.
Some vehicles are simply made. Cadillac vehicles are made to be iconic. And whether that's being made to be vibrant in an all-electric Lyriq, made to be epic in a luxurious Escalade, or made to be thrilling with the dynamic performance of CT4 and CT5, Cadillac is always made to be bold. Because icons aren't just born, they're made. Visit your local Cadillac showroom today.
If there's anything green in your yard right now, it's probably a weed, and you need to do something about it. Weed control and fertilization service from Sanders Ground Essentials is easier and less expensive than doing nothing or trying to do it yourself. I did that one time and almost killed my yard. Sanders Ground Essentials saves you time and money and makes your yard the envy of the neighborhood. Don't wait. Do it now. Call Sanders Ground Essentials and get started with Sanders Ground Essentials Weed Control Program. Servicing all of Central Arkansas, including Cabot and Jacksonville. On the web at sandersground.com. Let's get growing.
Hey folks, Trey Johnson with HJ Trailer Sales. Thank you for making us the #1 North Star truck bed dealer in the world. We have the newly redesigned North Star beds in stock, but don't forget our trailers. Hillsboro, Hart, Good Guys, Iron Bull, Delta, and Airtow. If you make a living with a trailer or use a trailer in any way, look up your hometown trailer store on Facebook. Get big store amenities with hometown service. Stop by HJ Trailer Sales in Hot Springs or Paragould, or online at hjtrailersales.com.
Listen to Out of Bounds every day to hear about what's trending on social media and whether listeners agree or disagree. Engaging conversations about engaging topics. Sponsored by Arkansas-based West Rock Coffee. Join West Rock and their 1.5 million coffee farmers around the globe as they fuel Arkansans with great tasting coffee, tea, and water delivered directly to your business. Contact them at westrockcoffee.com or 833-886-JAVA. That's 833-886-5282. Call today.
Hey, it's Brooke here, and at Chris Crane Hyundai, we've got a huge selection of pre-loved vehicles like never before. Late models loaded with new technology? Check. Payments to fit any budget? Check. Silverados, Civics, Broncos, and more. Check, check, check. Banks that love to say yes? You know it.
Our pre-loved inventory has never been better than now. Come visit your friends at Chris Crane Hyundai on Museum Road in Conway and online at chriscranehyundai.com.
Just talking to the man on the wheels of steel tonight, Will Armstrong, on the Arkansas Basketball Postgame Show here at 103.7 The Buzz. 501-661-1037. That is your D3 Auto Sales text line. Also, you can call us and get in touch with us. So, Z, the difference maker, recently. Tonight, I liked a lot of the shots he was taking. He missed a lot of shots that he'd been normally making. But two guys who were the other way, actually he missed all the shots he had been making. Rough night for Z, for our guy Big Z. No points. He was 0-10. He was 0 for 9 from 3. Percentage will be hurting. Now, he did have 8 boards, so it wasn't like he was totally out of the game, right? Now he has an awful game for him. But I want to mention the freshman. So this is a classic Cal trait. And look, like, if this was not as deep of an SEC as it normally is, I think this team would be considered a lot better. Like, you put Arkansas in the ACC, they're probably the 3rd best team. Big 12, 2nd or 3rd best team. But they're not. That's not the world we live in. Knox and Richmond. So Billy had 8 points, 4 boards in 18 minutes. He wanted to get to the rack. He wanted to get to the cup. He was trying to score at the rim. Gotta love that from a young guy like that. Carter Knox, same thing too. 11 points in 28 minutes, 4 boards, 5 of 6 on the floor. Now, this is the issue. He was 0 for 2 from the free throw line. Adu Thero was 3 of 6 from the line. They didn't make enough of their free throws. Nelly missed one late. I won't hold that one against him, but like this was the problem. This team was not good enough at the line, at the stripe tonight. It was one of the problems. They've got to put it all together. But besides that, I'm not really sure what else to say. There's not a specific thing you can point to. It's a collective thing, but it's hard to put all the collection together when you've got A&M and Auburn on the road back to back. And you lose 2 close games. Like I thought they would get smoked in at least one of them and be really close and competitive, maybe even win one of them. Well, they were close to winning both games. They just were not good enough in the end. And that brings us to the D3 Auto Sales text line. Somebody says, what's up with Brazil this season? Not much of a factor. Well, it's more of a role deal. He's having he didn't have a hard time in the beginning finding a role, but now he is because they deploy their size. They want one big in there, and they want that big to impact shots and be a defensive stopper, and that's not always the case. So, tough time finding a role. Someone says, we are exactly what we deserve at the bottom of the conference. No, well, they're not. They're not at the bottom of the conference. And here's the thing. If you watch them play recently, especially, this is still a tournament team. Like, they are a tournament quality team. That's why we keep saying, oh, they're going to make it. Oh, they're not going to make it. But every prognosticator who follows the NCAA tournament seeding and bidding and all that stuff still has them on the right side. I'm not sure how much this loss hurts them. I don't see this knocking them out of the tournament. Now, does it put you closer to the edge? Sure. But Vandy's near the edge. They lost tonight, right? See what happens, VCU, Wake Forest, Pitt, Oklahoma, all those. Oklahoma got walked last night, so it's tough for them. So Arkansas, no matter what you think about this group, if you put them in context of the rest of the country, they're still right there. And that's because of how strong the conference is. And got to give them some credit. They did not lose one of those games where people are shaking their heads being like, wow. I call it the anchor loss. I remember when Kirk Herbstreit a few years ago talked about, and this did not hurt Ohio State, but he said Virginia Tech would be the anchor that dragged Ohio State down in the 2014 college football season. Well, it wasn't. They actually won the title. So, you can have bad losses. Arkansas doesn't have any bad losses. Now, they've lost badly to good teams, but it's not something the committee will look at. And the thing is, quad one losses don't hurt you that badly. Nobody actually really cares about your quad one losses. Your quad one wins are what matter. And Arkansas has got a great chance to get another one. I talked earlier today on the, on multiple shows about building the house, right? If you're building the foundation for a tournament argument, Michigan neutral site is a good foundational win for that. Also, Kentucky on the road is 1.5 of those. Texas is kind of the next half. one more win, one more foundational win of that house. Give me a fourth cornerstone. Missouri at home is a cornerstone for a tournament argument for these guys. Serious. It is. Because you add that in with Michigan, the Georgia wins a bubble team. You add that in with Kentucky, add it with Texas, add it with Missouri, and if you beat Texas twice, you're in a really good spot. So I want to put, I think there's this big argument about, we're talking about the actual quality of the team, and there's a separate argument about the tournament resume. Those are separate in my opinion. How you make the tournament, and also how good your team is and how good your team can be are almost two separate things, at least for this group. They are not directly related because you have the chances. And everybody on these shows has been saying take care of business at home. Well, Arkansas's not been a good home team in conference this year. So, it's more about they've honestly got the better road wins. I mean, the road wins this year. Yeah, actually, 3 of those wins I mentioned previously, 4 of those wins I mentioned, I think 3 or 4 of them have been road wins, right? Michigan, neutral site. Kentucky, road. Texas, road. So the 3 big wins I mentioned were all road. Georgia at home is a nice win, but you're getting a great Missouri team, in my opinion. Not just the Mizzou Tiger in me, but it's a great Missouri team at home after a huge win. Letdown spot. Get them. You got to get them on Saturday. And it puts a whole lot of the tumultuous nature of what we're talking about to rest. Now, it can be canceled out if you lose South Carolina, but it does so much good if you can beat that team at home. Let's see. Somebody says, your perception and ability in conveying is impressive. I'm usually already asleep. Oh, I appreciate that. This person's awake. This team's on the verge of understanding what it takes to win. I agree with that. They're so close. They're so close, but it's this collection of guys. Like Z is basically a true freshman. He had games last year, 11 or 12, but he played 11 or 12 minutes per game. I think it was 9, maybe even 9 games last year for him. Knox, Richmond improving. Nelly Davis needs. I actually didn't think he was that bad tonight, and I thought that the ending part of the game he was really, really good. Toughness, his energy, his effort, and I will say this: no matter how bad of a stretch he has, his effort level just you can't question. That guy is out there. Say what you want about the money he's being paid, but if you want to talk about effort level, if it's equal to the money he's being paid, it is. That guy is a warrior. He's out there, man, just fighting, scratching, and clawing for everything. And Adu Thero also, I think the same thing too, same concept. But the difference for him is it's just line, got to be a little better. They got some open threes for him. He missed. And he's just, his skill level is so much higher. I wish this team, I guarantee them one more year together because they'd be a hammer next year. But we can't do that. And I thought also DJ Wagner too is right there. Is totally right there. Somebody says when Mizzou beats them, it may be over. Yeah, that'll put them on the wrong side of the bubble, but I don't think. No, it's not over. Not over there. But Missouri is the best team left on the docket. If you can knock off a top 15 team that just beat number 3 Alabama by double digits, I almost said 2 scores, double digits. If you can knock them off at home, it's a massive, massive notch in the belt. That's why you can be as down as you want, Arkansas fans, but everything is in front of them. They've got it all left to play for. You can't say it's over. Now, do they have to execute at a really high level? Yes, they do. Missouri will make you do it, and depending on which version of Mississippi State, they'll make you do it. But guess what? Both those games are at Bud Walton. Also, they're both weekend games. Weekend games equals better crowd. And I feel confident that Arkansas is going to get at least one of those. If Arkansas beats both, if Arkansas wins against Missouri, if they beat Mississippi State and they beat South Carolina, they're in the tournament. How far they'll go, I've got no idea. But if they win those games, they are a tournament team. I don't think there's much debate about that. There's a reason why Lenardi and Palm have them right where they are right now. One more break, more of your text, 501-661-1037. The Reality Sales text line. Also, we're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, X, all those places. On Twitter, @JoshNeighbors_ and @1037. Come on, people. Have some positivity. Not even an Arkansas guy, I'm more positive than most of you guys. Come on.
Hey, it's Brooke here, and at Chris Crane Hyundai, we've got a huge selection of pre-loved vehicles like never before. Late models loaded with new technology? Check. Payments to fit any budget? Check. Silverados, Civics, Broncos, and more. Check, check, check. Banks that love to say yes? You know it.
Our pre-loved inventory has never been better than now. Come visit your friends at Chris Crane Hyundai on Museum Road in Conway and online at chriscranehyundai.com.
Are you ready to take your classic car or vintage 4x4 to the next level? Look no further than Overland Auto Restoration in Cabot. From mechanical and performance upgrades to new upholstery and paint, our experienced team at Overland is dedicated to restoring the beauty and heritage of your classic vehicle. Give Overland Auto Restoration a call at 501-246-4372 or visit overlandautoworks.com and get your classic ride back on the road and better than ever.
We all know how busy our lives can be these days and how important our time and convenience is as well. Edwards Food Giant knows that too. So that's why they're inviting you to take advantage of their Heat and Eat Meal Solutions items in their deli department. Delicious Edwards Food Giant signature dishes, along with a wide choice of entrees and sides, all ready for you to pick up and take home to serve your family tonight. The Heat and Eat Meal Solution is now at your favorite Central Arkansas Edwards Food Giant deli. This week's special is meatloaf for only $7.49 per pound with roasted red skin potatoes and peppers for $4.99 per pound.
Some vehicles are simply made. Cadillac vehicles are made to be iconic. And whether that's being made to be vibrant in an all-electric Lyriq, made to be epic in a luxurious Escalade, or made to be thrilling with the dynamic performance of CT4 and CT5, Cadillac is always made to be bold. Because icons aren't just born, they're made. Visit your local Cadillac showroom today.
It's Justin Acree. If you're dealing with back or neck pain, the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health is here to help. Whether it's neurosurgery, orthopedic surgery, sports medicine, or pain management, their experts have you covered with the latest technology and minimally invasive techniques. They're focused on reducing your pain, improving mobility, and getting you back to doing what you love. Call 501-686-TOSH to set up an appointment today. That's 501-686-8674. The doctor will see you now.
Have questions about retirement, investments, or your money? Call our financial hotline. Dial 501-381-5228 and leave a voicemail with your specific financial question, and our experts will answer it on the Get Ready for the Future show Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Get your financial questions answered by the pros. 501-381-5228. Call now. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Investment advice offered through Independent Advisor Alliance. Independent Advisor Alliance and GenWealth Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Listen to Out of Bounds every day to hear about what's trending on social media and whether listeners agree or disagree. Engaging conversations about engaging topics. Sponsored by Arkansas-based West Rock Coffee. Join West Rock and their 1.5 million coffee farmers around the globe as they fuel Arkansans with great tasting coffee, tea, and water delivered directly to your business. Contact them at westrockcoffee.com or 833-886-JAVA. That's 833-886-5282. Call today.
Hey, it's Brooke here, and at Chris Crane Hyundai, we've got a huge selection of pre-loved vehicles like never before. Late models loaded with new technology? Check. Payments to fit any budget? Check. Silverados, Civics, Broncos, and more. Check, check, check. Banks that love to say yes? You know it.
Our pre-loved inventory has never been better than now. Come visit your friends at Chris Crane Hyundai on Museum Road in Conway and online at chriscranehyundai.com.
I'm not sure you guys are hearing me out there. I'm really not. Arkansas basketball postgame show here on the Buzz. 501. Sure. The hole was not dug too deep. Going into tonight's game, Lenardi had them as the 65th team out of 68 in the field. This is not a loss that hurts you. You can't keep losing games, yes, but another quality win puts you on the right side of things. It keeps you there. So I think Vanderbilt also was the last team in. They lost tonight by 21 on the road. Arkansas did not do that. If you watched the game tonight, you saw a competitive team. And look, I love all of you, especially Betty Ann over here. I love you, Betty Ann. I have high hopes for next year. Next year, don't say next year that, Betty Ann. We're not there yet. They are playing so much more like a team. They are. Woo Pig Suey also says some nice things about me, which we always appreciate. But that's the thing about this is like, it's not next year yet. Teams can peak late. Not saying it's a Final Four team. Pat Bradley did say that, but I think Pat was just at 7 o'clock in the morning on our show. So, might still be feeling it from the previous night before. As we'll put Will on camera next time because Will's motions are good. He gave me the old Drake motion. And look, is it a Final Four team? No, they're not. You can't shoot 3 for 19 and do that. No, they're not. They're not good enough shooting team. They're too reliant on Kristaps Porzingis college version, Big Z, for their shooting, who's 0 for 9 from 3 tonight, by the way. 0 for 10. If I told you Big Z went 0 for 10 on the floor, you told me they got blown out. Probably. They didn't. This is actually a pretty, I will say Coach Cal's coaching job was not good to start conference play. It's been a lot better recently. Okay? Everybody's saying Missouri will cook us on Saturday. Look, you got to be up for the fight, man. You have to match that energy. The Arkansas fans right now are not matching the energy. This is upsetting to me. Don't love this. You guys need to match it a bit more. Drink the Kool-Aid, Will says. We're still in this. Yeah, I'm not blowing smoke. This is just what the people who do the tournament thing say. And look, the resume backs it up. You always, late in the year in February, everybody's always searching for those big tournament wins that seal your resume. Arkansas has got a chance at more than one of those. And the Boo Yeah Boo on YouTube says, I will be there. I got season tickets. I will be there too. I will see you Saturday, Boo Yeah Boo. Be loud. Now, will I be wearing Missouri gear? Yes, I will be. I'm a Tiger through and through. But it's a win-win for me because if Missouri wins, Missouri wins. If Arkansas wins, tell all of you guys to kick rocks. That I was right about one big win away. D3 Auto Sales text line. Somebody says, speak the truth, Mr. Neighbors. I think this is the truth. I think this is. Guys, stop putting a number on the conference wins. It's not how it works. Pick good wins. It's not about the number you get. It is like on the talk shows and at halftime shows and on bracketology shows. It's about, all right, give me your resume. What are your credentials? Why should I hire you to be an employee of the NCAA tournament? Because I beat Michigan, neutral site. Because I beat Kentucky on the road. I beat Texas on the road. I beat Missouri at home. Sounds pretty good to me. Wake Forest and VCU ain't doing that. Is an A-10 team putting out that kind of resume? No. George Mason and VCU have a big game this week. Big game. I think it's at the Siegel Center in Richmond. Big one. But is the A-10 a multi-bid league this year? We don't know that yet. The ACC is bad. The Big 12, Kansas sucks. Kansas is terrible this year for Kansas standards. Baylor's not that good. Texas Tech lost to TCU last night, folks. The SEC, in context of this year, is one of the strongest leagues we've ever seen. I think the Big 12 has had seasons where they've been as strong as the SEC is this year, but other conferences have been stronger. Like St. John's is leading the Big East, which is 1 through 3, whatever you want to put them in terms of how good leagues are. But the reason why, it's because their defense, they're shooting sub 33%. They're not a good team, not a great shooting team rather. So everybody's down on this. So I disagree. It's all about the numbers. Yeah, I'm talking to you all about the numbers though. Quality wins. 12 in the conference. Home games on a stretch. And they're saying 13, 14 SEC teams might get in as well. Just texted me. Yeah. And also, Arkansas's got a landmark non-conference win, which looks better and better as the weeks go by. Michigan is, I think, 12-2, 11-2. They just beat Ohio State on the road on Sunday. Strong win. Each day keeps getting better. And if you add one more ingredient, Boogie Fland, into the mix, different team. Assimilating it might be hard, but there's a whole lot of negativity right now that I don't understand. Bigger picture, guys, bigger picture. And I think that's kind of the perspective that I can lend to you all. Now, you guys are Hog fans. I want to do well too. Better for my life, better for quality. Everybody's happier when the team does well. Okay? Yes, they've got to do better in crunch time, as somebody from the 901 says. Yes, in the 501, the SC is a grind. But that grind allows you more opportunities. And also, Michigan is 20-5, 12-2, and they're leading the Big Ten. Thank you, Will, for that. One of the better basketball conferences in the entire country. So, it's not over. It's almost like a brand new season starts. Okay? Arkansas is not fighting themselves out of a deficit. If you think they are, you're not reading the tea leaves. If you want to view it, and I think this is the right way to view it. They are on the exact cut line. They are on the exact bubble. New season starts. 5-game season. What do you have to do to make it? Beat Missouri, beat Texas, beat Mississippi State. It's a lock. 100%. They're in. Those wins. Now, and also, the South Carolina loss would hurt you a lot. But if you take care of business, and let's just say you can drop one of those at home, it's fine. Beat South Carolina, but you go 3-2 and you beat Mississippi State, and you beat Missouri. You have to be in. And booyah boo with some positivity, saying they've got enough quad one wins. Yeah, they've got let's see, good quad one wins. Yeah. Final messages here. 7 conference wins should be good to get in. Folks, it's not the number of wins, it's the quality of the win. Let's talk about the kinds of teams you have to beat to get in, not the number of wins you need. All right, quality of win. Someone says you can talk all you want, but they need to win at some point. Yeah, they've been winning some. They have. Now, back-to-back losses. Yeah, it doesn't feel great, but you can still win. Let's see. Also, someone says this. Somebody sent a picture of the mid-70s. Appreciate the throwback there. All right, folks. I have to go home and go to bed. This is my 8th hour of radio today. I appreciate you all being a part of this. I know it sucks. I know you wanted to finish strong. As did I. I wanted to see the Hogs win this one tonight. But guess what? Opportunity at home. If you have tickets, go to the game. Last time I went to Missouri, Arkansas, Mike Anderson was still the coach. Madhouse. Saturday night, 7 o'clock, ESPN game. It's the chance to put, not the final nail on the coffin for your tournament resume, but the one that Kentucky, Michigan, and Missouri. One on the road, one neutral, one at home. What else can the committee ask for? Not a whole lot. Get it done. All right, I appreciate everybody who joined us. Will Armstrong banging on those 1s and 2s. Wheels of Steel. Thank you, Will, for that tonight. Damon Poole put in the great effort today, so we couldn't have him tonight. Arkansas, good effort as well. Morning Mayhem, more coverage tomorrow. The boys made it back from Aspen in one piece, it sounds like. So, Dave Basil, Roger Scott, Justin Moore, and Joe Klein, I believe, will be in here tomorrow. We'll break all that down. Find us on Twitter /X/YouTube and all those places, and Facebook. Talking to you all mañana. No post-game show on Saturday. My family's coming in for the weekend. We're going to enjoy my birthday on the 23rd, and whatever result happens, actually, it's good for the neighbor's family in general. So, Arkansas or Missouri wins. We'll love it. For you all, I hope it's a Hog win.